We're going to be discussing the one leg stand test. This is one of the DWI field sobriety tests. Like the other tests, the HGN and the walk and turn test, this was developed in the 1970s by the National Highway Transportation Safety Administration, or NHTSA. And they did these studies. They say that these are reliable in trying to assess someone's sobriety, and they have four clues for the one leg stand test. These are things that the officer is looking for after giving you some instructions. So these clues are that you put your foot down before they tell you to stop doing the test, that you use your arms for balance, and they're going to ask you to keep your arms all the way to the side. And if you move them more than 6 inches up away from the side of your body, then they consider that using your arms for balance. So it doesn't have to be straight out like this, it could be like that, and you might fail at least that clue. Then there's a sways while balancing, right? Or hopping. And I have to say, in all the videos, I've seen thousands and thousands of DWI videos. Hopping is the least likely of these to occur. Most of the time, if you have a balance issue, sometimes there's a lot of people who have had ankle, knee surgery, things like this, and it just makes balancing on one leg very difficult for them. And so there's a number of disqualifications for this. If you've had ankle surgery, if you've had hip replacement surgery, things like that, I don't think you're a very good candidate to take this test. Uh, the other thing that people will have is sometimes just balance issues in general. It doesn't necessarily indicate intoxication. But I always say when I'm talking to a new lawyer who has never seen a DWI video before, or I'm talking with a client, we're trying to figure out, what is likely to happen in this case. Is the jury going to find somebody guilty or not guilty of driving while intoxicated? The most important piece of evidence in a DWI case is the video. A lot of people think it's the blood test, the breath test. I think it's the video because people on the jury will eventually watch this video and make an assessment as to whether you look like somebody they knew in their life experience who was intoxicated. So there's a way to put your foot down that doesn't look intoxicated. If you put your foot down after 25 seconds instead of the 30 seconds that they ask you to count to, you're probably looking okay on this video, but they'll mark you as a clue. And they only need two out of these four clues to make the what they call the decision point, or the determination that the officer says you've failed this test. They would say it's not pass fail. They would say it's they look at the totality of the circumstances, but in reality, what's happening is they're looking to see if they can get a number of these clues. If they can get more than two, they can say you failed. So the sways while balancing, like I said, there is a way you can adjust and try to keep yourself upright that's different from doing it in a way that looks like you're intoxicated. You can perform all these clues. I've even seen somebody hop, and I'm quite certain that they weren't intoxicated, but they leaned a little bit to their right, hopped, stuck the landing essentially, kept their foot up and kept going. And that, if anything, made them look more sober. I don't think an intoxicated person, there's any way they could hop and stick a landing and keep their foot up. So, uh, there are 100 ways to look at these things. These are the clues that the instruction manual for police officers has. But if you have a DWI, you need to be talking with an attorney and trying to figure out what the strategy is going to be that works with your job, the license suspension issues and things like that. But if you're watching this, you're a police officer, make sure you give these instructions clearly one time. If you're having to go back and forth, it's just going to be confusing for the person. You're not going to get a reliable test. If you do a poor job on these instructions, and somebody is still intoxicated, they're still going to look intoxicated. Just give them the instructions once and let them try to take the test. Don't harangue them for 20 minutes. It just makes everyone's job more difficult. But as always, these are for educational purposes. If you need a lawyer, talk with a lawyer. Don't just watch our videos, even though they are good. Uh, Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe, ring the bell for notifications, and we'll see you next time.